welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be module number 3 and it's going to be about highlighting and contouring. So if you would like to learn the basics on highlighting and contouring your face, please keep on watching. Alright, so highlighting and contouring is one of my favorite parts of makeup because it's when you actually can manipulate a little bit of your features. It's not like you're going to really become somebody else, but you can really define your features and correct some of them. So it's one of the best weapons on makeup, and basically the way you do that is with shadow and light. The way you manipulate the shadow and the light in your face will definitely contour the whole areas. So there's a whole theory about if you have a heart shape, if you have a square shape. For me, and the way to make it simpler is the way that we find a nice figure in the face is if you do an oval kind of shape. So it doesn't matter if you are square, if you are round, if you are heart. If you do this on your face, you would know that anything that's outside here needs to be contoured, and everything that is inside kind of will have to be highlighted. So I'm going to contour here. If this were my face, I'm going to highlight here, and everything in here is going to be contoured. So let's put our hands to work, and I'm going to explain a little bit of everything that you need to do. So the first thing that you need to understand is that there's many products to contour and highlight in the market, and there are so many options that sometimes we don't even know what to use. I would start with a very basic one, which is powder. You also have the option of using cream contour, which is what I mainly use. I like to use my Nars Matte Multiple Ambient 9. You guys know I love this stuff. And then I'm also going to be using a little bit of the powder because it's also very important. And this bad boy, I just found it a couple of weeks ago. This is from It Cosmetics and it's my Sculpted face. This is perfect for people with different skin tones, and if you would like to have different colors to work with. As you can see, it comes with different shades for contouring, so it's awesome. So you can start either with powder or with cream. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be the same technique, if you understand what I mean. So I'm going to do a little bit of contouring with both so I can explain both techniques, if that makes sense. I'm going to start with contouring the cheekbone. Everybody wants to have nice cheekbones, defined, and it also helps you to lose a little bit of weight in your face. So that's why it's so great. I'm going to use a small brush. This is my small contour from Sigma. This is F05, and I'm going to go with powder. Now I am a little bit tan and I like my contour to show. So I'm going to go in the medium side to start. I'm going to top off the excess, and the way that you contour your face, if you don't know where your cheekbone is, you would smile and then you feel your cheekbone here in your structure. If you still don't find it, which I find it hard if you don't find that, go to the top of your ear and then go to the corner of your mouth, and that's where it should go. Easy. Now you can also do a funny fish face and see it right there. So you will start by feathering in the product from the very top of your ear, coming to the corner of your mouth, but you should never come all the way to your mouth. Leave about 3 fingers. So about here, you should stop. So start from the corner of your ear, from the very top, and then come back and feather in the product. Don't go too excited with it, because then you have to blend it out. So I always go back and forth very gently. And if doing the funny face helps, believe me, you want to do it if it helps you. With practice, you would know where your cheekbone is and you won't have to do all that. Alright, so if you see this side And this side, this one has a lot more dimension and definition to my face. That's why it's so important. So just by doing this little bit of color in this cheek socket, you already have a little bit of dimension in your face. I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So if you remember, I was going to highlight kind of everything that was outside of here. So I'm contouring up here. Here's just a little bit of feathering to make sure that there's continuity. I'm going to use a little bit of the same color, and I'm going to come with my hairline and then go to my temples. Remember? So this side was broader, so I'm going to contour my temples and then go towards my hairline, because if you remember, there's a little bit that needs to be contoured there according to my theory. So come to my hairline, a little bit of the temple again, and come back here. All right, now let's do the same exercise again. What happened here? So that means I need to contour on my jawline to make it look a little bit thinner, and I'm still working with the same color that I used, same one. Right, so once you have done that, what I like to do, and if you can pull it off, if you are fair skinned, then you might have start with this one and then move to this one. I started with this one, and I'm going to move to this one, which is the darker one. I'm going to go very gently with the darker color. I'm going to come right on the lower part of my contour shadow, and I'm just coming very, very softly, because what I want to do is give it some dimension and kind of deepen that a little bit. Now once I do that, I like to come with a bigger fluffy brush, the one that I used to set my foundation with loose powder, and blend everything in together, because I don't want harsh lines or anything. You want to look natural, so don't overdo it. Just go very softly and then blend in with your powder brush. Now to show you a little bit of how you would use a cream product, I'm going to contour my nose. So the way that I like to do this is just come to the sides of the bridge of my nose, and look how I started right at my eyebrow, because there has to be continuity. So I'm going to come right here, and then a little bit at the tip of it to kind of give it a little lift, if you will. Don't overdo it, just a little bit, and then you need a synthetic brush to blend it in. I like to use my setting brush. This is from Real Techniques, and it's an awesome brush for this. So all you need to do is come to the sides of your nose. Now if you were contouring with this instead of the powder, you would do exactly the same with a bigger brush, and you would use it to blend in the product, but you would apply it exactly to the same areas that I just did. So right now I'm just coming back and forth very, very softly, making sure that I am blending it to the sides. And then on the tip of it. Alright, so that's how we contoured. So I defined my cheekbones, I defined my nose and slimmed it a little bit. If you have any kind of a bending towards one side or the other with this, just by doing it straight, you can correct that. And I narrowed a little bit here to make it look more feminine. I kind of helped myself with double chin and defined my jawline with shadows. Now I'm going to use highlighters. Now in the world of highlighters, we have exactly the same options. We have powder highlighters, we have cream highlighters, and that's definitely comes down to your own preference and what you prefer. I tend to use various and according to the finish that I want to give. I tend to like the golden finishes to something a little bit more sophisticated, like colorful finishes for the night, prom kind of looks, or even smoky eyes. And I like to use the pinky ones for a more natural glowy look, if that makes sense. Now you have all different kinds of consistencies, and I can share with you one of my favorites. You guys know I like the Benefit Girl Meets Pearl. This is a pinky one, really, really great for highlighting. And then you also have, which one, the one that I've been using also a lot is my Mary Lou Manizer. This is a golden finish, and this is a powder finish. Then you also have the normal matte highlighters to just give dimension to your face, like the ones that come in this palette. So the way that I like to do when I really want to contour is I would use those first, and then I'll go over it with the shimmer ones. This one here, the first one, has a little bit of shimmer, and don't get me wrong, it can be shimmery, but it's still very toned down shimmery. It's not that glowy, and this is completely matte. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a highlighter brush, and my highlighter brush is the Tapered Face from Sigma. This is my F25, and I'm going to grab the matte consistency one, and I'm going to go on the very top of my cheeks, which I like to think it starts behind my eyebrow and then comes all the way into the top of my cheeks. What's the top of your cheeks? The smile, where your brush will set. That's the top of your cheeks right there. Okay, so I'm going to go right there with this product, and again, it's totally matte, so all it's giving, it's a little bit of light, but it's totally matte. It's kind of making a C, if you see what I'm doing. It's kind of doing a C. Then I'm going to use the exact same product on the very bridge of my nose. Then I'm going to use the same product as well on my forehead. So remember that I said everything that's inside that circle needs to be highlighted. Well, here, Cupid's bow as well. It's very important one. And then we have the chin area that you want to bring forward. All right, so I like to do that, and after that I like to come with a shimmery one to give that glowy effect. And for that glowy effect, I'm going to be using my Mary Lou Manizer. Mary Lou Manizer, which is from the Balm, and this was a recent discovery that I'm loving. It's great for this purpose, and I'm going to use the same brush that I just did. I'm just going to do and go over what I applied with very feathering kind of strokes. So if you see, when you go over that base already, it comes even more dimensional. That's what I love about contouring. It really gives dimension to your face. Really, really does. Okay, to the other side. Then with a tip, I'm going on the bridge of my nose. You can use a smaller brush for this bridge of your nose as well. I feel that I'm fine with this, but again, really depends on your preferences. And then I'm going to add a little bit on the center of my forehead. Just go very gently with it. A little bit on Cupid's bow. And then a little bit on your chin, just to bring it forward. Right, so that's pretty much what you have to do to highlight and contour your face. Now today's in addition, all you need to do is apply a little bit of blush, a little bit of eye makeup and lipstick, and you'll be done. But we're going to go module by module. So the next one, it's going to be on how to apply your blush. and then we'll go on to eyeliner and so on. So please stay tuned if you are interested in these modules. I really hope this was helpful. Let me know what you guys think. Please leave your comments and questions down below in the comments, and like the video if it was a good use of your time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook for more other tips that I like to share with you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. You take care, and I'll see you. Bye.